We ended our friendship 6 years ago, but I'm still mad about it.
I mean, maybe you should be.
Am I the a-hole for still being angry over a friendship breakup from 6 years ago? The friendship lasted 1 month? Some backstory, my boyfriend and I started dating around 7 years ago. Prior to this, he was vibing with this girl, let's call her Katie. So Katie expressed feelings to him that she just wanted a platonic relationship with him, nothing romantic. By the way, this comes from Tiasha1108 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. At this time, my boyfriend was 17. A few weeks later, we started dating. Being immature, I saw her tag him in a Facebook post and called her out on it. She swore at me and blocked me. A year later, she created a new Facebook and added me on it, my boyfriend as well. I was thrown off as I thought she hated me. I had done some introspection and realized I was wrong for calling her out. Realization of my boyfriend can have female friends. That's not me. Yada yada. I messaged her and apologized for my behavior. We exchanged numbers and got to talking. I found out that she was actually quite chill and we got along nicely. Katie comes from a wealthy family and didn't hesitate to hide that fact. However, she had major family issues, which she would mention on surface level and not divulge into. One night, she was telling me about how she likes to draw attention to herself. So I was like, cool, you're an attention seeker. She got pissed and blocked me. A year later, I find out she had messaged my boyfriend around like 1 a.m. Crap went down with her dad, and apparently she always reached out to boyfriend when stuff like that happened. She sends him an Instagram request. I messaged her because I felt that that was not cool. I'm still blocked, but she messages my boyfriend? Being naive, we started talking again. This time we're like a house on fire. However, I felt like me being in a good relationship and her not being in any relationship made her jealous.
Yeah, she was completely alone.
She was really
and
freaking alone.
No one would ever like her.
I was in a really good relationship and she was alone, so I thought she was kind of like
I'm kind of better. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's like me, you.
She would start comparing ourselves to each other. I did not like that, especially since we come from different backgrounds. Then one day she said that she found people who kissed their SO or held hands in public, especially in front of older people, cheap. We're Indian, so those are her cultural views. I made my disagreement very apparent. The next day, she apologized and said those aren't even her views. I was very confused about that, but continued being friends with her because we got along well. No,
bro, she is very jealous of this boyfriend that she rejected.
Also,
as a reminder, she's like, let's be platonic.
I did not have any other close friends, so you could say I was kind of desperate. At the time, she had another best friend. I say another because she would also call me her best friend. Thing is, she would trash talk this girl. Let's call her Tatum. So Katie would trash talk Tatum, but she would also status her, calling her her best friend and saying all the wonderful things that Tatum is as a person. Meanwhile, she would be sending me screenshots describing Tatum as being a bad friend. Katie also had a crush on this guy. Let's call him Dexter. The relationship that Katie had with Dexter reminded me of the one she had with my boyfriend. Oh, I forgot a part. After my boyfriend and I started to date, she messaged him about how replaceable she felt and how he didn't even fight for her. My conclusion is that she still had feelings for him. Anyway, she did the same thing with Dexter. He loved her, wanted to pursue her, but she didn't want that. He moved on. She complained about it and how she could have dated someone else while she pined for him, yada yada. The breaking point this time was that she would constantly act like she knew my boyfriend better than me. Just because she knew him first, I expressed that. We stopped talking for a while. She messaged out of the blue, ignoring everything that happened. I told her I had already deleted her number. We stopped talking. On Facebook, Tatum and her would share memes and make fun of me. She shared stuff that I told her in confidence. One being that she would always be buying clothes and send me pictures of it. I expressed that I feel bad because I can't do the same because I'm still in college. So a meme and a caption regarding that was shared. When I played the same game, I got blocked. My fault is that, if you remember at the beginning, I said that I was desperate for a friendship like this. I messaged her on Snapchat. We still had each other on there. She was cold, rightfully so. I recognized my desperateness and moved on. A year later, everything happens a year later. It was the vid. I was studying from home, too much time on my hand, and I started thinking about all of this and had messaged her via Instagram. Spoke truthfully about how our friendship had made me feel and wished for her safety during. She sent a message back and I was blocked. She started studying the same course as my boyfriend.
Why are they blocking everywhere?
I don't know. And while scrolling through Facebook one day, we saw that she had asked to buy secondhand textbooks on a group that he was on. I told him to offer his to her. He had messaged and the chat was pretty chill. Prior to this, we had seen her at a morning market. She hadn't confronted us about anything, which was so strange. Anyway, he had asked if it was in fact her, and she said yes, it was, and that she had seen us too. She ended the conversation very abruptly, saying that regarding her, and my past. She's wary. He had replied that we're all grown and mature and wished her luck with her studies. A month later was my graduation. Katie and I have a mutual friend that I had made through Instagram, and we didn't even know until deep into the conversation. He had put, a Facebook status. This didn't sit right with me, as I didn't feel that he should be blocked because of me. A month later, I messaged her about this. She replied and then blocked me. By this time, I was completely done with her and didn't give her a second thought. This time it was different. We were 22 and 23. We're adults. And that was not a very adult way of handling a situation. A few months later, which was last year, October, she messaged me and my boyfriend and the mutual friend. She apologized to all of us, saying how immature she was and that she forgives us. I asked her if she's gonna block me now that she's said what she wanted to. She says no. I told her how it made me feel that she threw shade on me on Facebook. She said she swore she doesn't remember doing that. It made me question if she actually really did. Girl, what do you mean it made you question? You saw them. I made a stupid mistake of following her on Instagram. She followed back.
Stop following each other.
Stop it. At the time, I had made great friends on campus. I was doing well. One of my friends had revealed some stuff about her boyfriend to me. I had come across an appropriate video on TikTok, put it up on my story, and tagged her. It was something about people asking for forgiveness, but you already told your best friend about it. In the next 5 minutes on Katie's story, she had typed about being blamed for throwing shade online when the person blaming her is the one throwing shade, and that God knows all and sees all. I reevaluated and could see how my story could have been perceived as it being about her. I messaged her to clear the air, as we were not very neutral and I did not want things to go back to bad blood. She gaslit me and said that stuff she puts up are sometimes about things that happened years ago, and she now remembers that it's not about me. I stooped to her level and put a story up about not being gaslit. Some quote with a caption about being gaslit. She removed me as a follower and unfollowed me. Honestly, fair.
Dude, fair. But
Fair.
don't add her back. This is an abusive friendship right now.
I hate it. It just keeps going back and forth. This is exhausting. By the way, you know what's not exhausting? Listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there's a little bit left to the story. Do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, my biggest thought
What's
is
your biggest
my
thought?
big bad
What's your biggest thought and what's your smallest?
All right, my smallest thought.
Let's start there.
All right, my smallest thought is I don't know if we should be having so much communication across different platforms with one person. Choose one platform to communicate to one person. Don't spread your stuff across TikTok and Instagram and just use one. I don't want to have to go to every platform to see what you're saying to me.
Earlier this year, I made a friend through religion. She added me on a group chat. It was nice and very peaceful. Lo and behold, guess who joins and messages on said group chat? Katie. I immediately leave the group chat, and I messaged my friend and told her that Katie and I don't see eye to eye. She tells me that she and Katie had also had run-ins. She removed Katie from the group chat. Dang, just like that? That was really quick. I find myself now blocking and unblocking her and sometimes looking up her profile. Am I the a-hole for being so angry with her? I think this anger is actually love.
Yeah.
And you're in love with her.
I think you're in love with her.